Game is currently loading. Alright, here we go. Hey.
Soren, can you check to see if I'm muted on prod end?
So looks like a interesting hovers coming out from GCU. But kind of expected, you know. I tried to do my best to look into the players and their stats before the match, so I would actually know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But these all seem kind of standard characters for them. Pretty standard for like Night Market as well.
I agree. These do come off as standard based on our research.
Kai coming out from the other side. Also very, like, personally I've found that kind of melee defensive goalies can work really well on this map. They can really defend those kind of horizontal barriers very well.
Yes, they can. They also have that added benefit of being able to push the offensive if a 3v2 comes available. They can keep, you know, and they can also delay if you get 2v3.
Yep. Dubu can be particularly strong on this map, being able to just ult one lane, cutting off like half of the map for the other team for like a brief duration. That can be extremely impressive. Looks like we got 6 sparks to start. Everyone's going sparks. All right.
It is fun to see. We just had a micro patch. They updated the awakenings a bit. I don't quite remember offhand what got rotated out, but I know sparks got rotated in.
It's gonna be a fight to see who can get those stacked.
Yep. Zentaro almost getting KO'd there on the edge, but using an evade to get out of the way. That's a huge prevent right there.
Nice dash from the Asher, securing that top barrier, keeping it down bot side, using Era's speed boost. Google ult comes out. There's that, you know, blocking off the lane I was talking about. That's the burst coming out from Atlas, keeping the core on their side pretty well.
Yes.
GCU is just really controlled this little section of the game every time they get it over to Atlas. Okay.
Commenter's curse, clearly.
Yeah. But now it's even barriers.
Oh, Commenter's curse once again.
Okay.
Any other predictions you'd like to make?
I'll try to not Commenter's curse any goals here. What?
The Dubu log coming in clutch there. Good burst, good delay from the Dubu.
Goals burst coming out. Gets it around the Dubu, bounces it back in. That is unfortunate. I've seen that happen far too many times. It is always heartbreaking.
Yes, it is. They were doing 1,000 calculations a second, and they were all right.
Atlas really pressing forwards for that very offensive expanse. Doesn't quite seem to work out, though. Raj takes a barrier, but now they're both down one barrier.
Yes. Oh.
Kai's really working it through there. Here's a second barrier. Open goal from GCU. Open goal for both now. And well-placed ability from Era sends it right in. Dubu just didn't have enough time after that log to, you know, strike it. So far it's 2-0, but honestly, it's been pretty close.
Yes, it has. I've seen many a sets go from 2-0 to 3-2. UNC Chapel Hill has the opportunity to do it. It's just depending on how they play.
A lot of back and forth happening in this top lane. Able to pass it back down through the bottom, get it to Blingo. The tornado just pushing the Dubu far out of the way, preventing him from stopping that barrier. Oh, missed burst coming out from Raichu. Get dangerous for Dipstink. They had so much offensive pressure. It looks like they're going to be continuing it.
Ooh, that is...
Asher down, and they sneak it through.
There's nothing more defeating than being able to KO your opponent and then watching the core go into your goal.
It's very unfortunate. Honestly, like, great showing from GCU this game. I definitely feel like their offense has been a bit more on point than UNC. They've been able to keep the ball kind of just up in Dubu's face the entire time and just use Asher's just incredible ability to just shove the ball past people. And then the air is there to, like, speed boost, rotate around. Just been kind of running this game a little bit.
Yeah. We definitely saw the era using that speed boost to block off any passing angles that the Dubu might have had. And that's well within good practice for Mega Strikers.
They're able to win the strike war.
And get a barrier.
Very solid barrage coming out from Kai there to secure the barrier. Ooh, the Atlas KO. Knocking out the Kai.
It does feel good as a goalie to get a KO like that.
It always does. Oh, almost the double. Sawfish is... It's dangerous up there for him.
Oh,
He's gotta watch out. And he's down. Both teams have gotten a kill this round. Butterby sneaks the ball into that barrier. Just gotta stall for a little bit longer for Zentaro to get up. That is some massive damage coming out.
As it was.
Sawfish is back up. Great strike shot, keeping it up there. Double burst coming out. Fortunately, Kai is down again. Oh, the missed burst from Dubu.
The missed burst
could be massive.
Could be, but very good to use that Dubu ult to block that lane. Pressure just was too much there.
That was kind of a checkmate right there. You had the Asher dashing in, the Tornado coming in right behind her. Not a whole lot you can do there as a goalie, unfortunately.
Especially once you're down on abilities. But you're right, there's not much you can do.
Giants and Taro really grouped up there, but looks like they're falling back into good positioning again. That little diagonal, getting that barrier. And I really want to see UNC make some.
I do too.
As someone who lives in North Carolina, it's what I'm always going to root for. And they do get another barrier. But they are just struggling to get it past this Asher.
Ooh, the Zentaro
Sawfish
almost
going down again. He's really got to watch those ledges with his health. Kai working it through, gets the last barrier, but he's in the danger zone now. Oh.
Another good time burst and a good angle.
I think potentially, right, you could have stopped that if they got the timing right with their own burst, but with it being so close and so fast, I can't blame them for. But at least they have burst going into this next round.
Yes, and this could be pivotal because they're already up a barrier. Kai coming in, uses the core flip, gets the barrier.
One thing I am noticing a lot, I see the letter B and full Sawfish kind of grouping up on the same side a lot. Just really giving Galaxia just the cleanest route to just clear it out. Right as I'm talking about how good their positioning is going. Taro sneaks the ball in. This set's still going. It's not on yet. I think really all it's kind of just boiled down to is just, can they get it through this Ash? I think they also need to be covering that era a bit, because like every time that era is left open, I've been seeing barriers go down.
Yes, the era has 100% been having free reign on their side of the field. And
Good
just
burst
like
from Raichu.
Yes, very good burst. They do need to get some offensive pressure going if they want to have a chance of getting another barrier here.
Both barriers down. It's going to be set 2 for GCU.
And it
is. Slow bounce off the bottom corner, secures set 2. Now, going into this, just kind of like looking at the ranks and stuff, I kind of had the feeling that UNC Chapel Hill had the leg up going into this match. But so far from this game, that does not appear to be the case. GCU is just really playing a lot more solidly as a team than I think UNC is. They're getting the lanes for the clears, they're getting the passes. They're just able to very easily keep up that offense, and those are kind of all things that I think UNC is kind of struggling to do right now.
Yes.
Let's see if they can pull it through. I'd love to see a reverse 3-0 sweep here.
That would, I mean, getting a barrier is the first way to start it, right?
Oh, Zentaro is down. The double creation ult kind of trapped him between a rock and a hard place. Unfortunate barrier loss. Actually, a really far forwards, loses the second barrier. Bigshot's trying to keep it up. Everyone's just collapsing down in on that core in the bottom corner.
Ooh, the Era preventing the Kai from running away with that one.
Yeah, they bouncing it off that top wall really messed him up, and it led to that goal, I believe.
Yes. Definitely, I think one of the things that we're seeing here is we are getting into these strike wars down in the bottom lane, and it is causing a free lane to open up on the top side that it seems like whichever team takes advantage of that, they're going to end up with a barrier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially right here, you can kind of see what you're talking about. Zentaro and Kai were like right next to each other, but Era was still kind of open near that speed boost.
Unfortunate angle for that burst.
Zentaro is just getting shredded this game. Let her be in good position to keep this defensive pressure going. Defensive burst from Wingo. This could be where UNC finally gets it in this round. Just some great defensive plays coming out from GCU. Kai has the burst.
Yep, yes, I'm waiting to
up
see
there towards the goal.
Yep, waiting to see when he wants to pull that out.
Auto ping pong, great use of the speed from Era to just get in front of that Kai, prevent him from dribbling that ball forward.
Yes, and the letter B did end up using that burst.
Burst from Asher, getting the barrier. Good duo ult, keeping it on their side. Ooh, that was almost a really good dribble. Then getting it back up to the Asher, down to the bottom corner, scores the goal. This could be a 3-0 game.
Very well could be.
The letter B was a little slow to start there, but it looks like they're good now. Little back pass from Asher. I'm not sure if that was the safest thing to do, but it seems to work.
Sometimes you'll do anything to throw your opponent off, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, if it works,
It's stupid and it works. Is it truly stupid?
Asher just really sticking at that midfield line, just putting those shields to use, becoming a wall.
Kai getting shredded here as he tries to go toe-to-toe with the Asher and Era.
Health is dangerously low, but it seems to have gotten out of being killed. Okay.
Kai goes down and steals. Very scary, but Kai gets down there and steals that power orb from the Atlas, but he is already back in a staggered state.
You have a burst from Dubu. I'd love to see the goalie push up burst and get the goal themselves. Good burst coming out from Galaxia, keeping it on their side. Defensive burst from Raichu down to the letter B. Unfortunately, it's just right back to Dubu.
Ooh, good Giga Blast.
Good Giga.
Atlas was just ready for it.
Ball is just flying. Right in between.
Gotta love the
that
overtime
little barrier.
speed boost that the core gets.
Overtime, it can get crazy.
It can get a little funky.
Yeah. Good barrage from Kai, but they miss the follow-up strike. Still get the barrier. Actually, it seems to be lagging a little bit. That is unfortunate.
Oh, Zentaro gets the second barrier. Are we seeing a momentum shift?
Could be. Very good log, keeping that ball up there, but unfortunately, Kai does not have their speed boost, so it just slips down, bullying them. Passes it right back up. Zentaro gets it in, 2-2.
That's, you know,
This is their chance to keep it going.
That's that spacing we were talking about. They were spaced out in a position where they could pass to a teammate when an opportunity came in, and they got a goal out of it.
The unfortunate burst just barely missed that angle. Buffish tried to go for that dash into the barrier, but didn't quite work out. Both of them are really grouped up again. If they get it down to that bot side, it's going straight back to UNC's side.
Ooh, good strike shot from the Dubu to keep that pressure up.
Misses the roll.
That's always sad.
Like, I don't think there's an ability that hurts more than this.
What is the song?
Night market angle.
All around me are familiar faces. When you miss that.
Yeah. Is an open goal for GCU. Really picked up the offense. Good Atlas expanse, sending it into the red.
Oh,
What an angle.
very good angle.
Sneak in that top barrier. It's an open goal. Potentially match point here. Oh, Zentaro almost got that burst. That might have been it if he hit it. Off the night market little barrier thing right there. Back down to the bottom corner. 2-1. This game is still going. UNC still has their chance. Atlas can get twin drive here. That might be really bad for UNC, though.
We did. For those who were watching the previous match, we saw another Atlas goalie get twin drive, and it was very good for them. But Dubu's taking that twin drive, getting a second belly flop, potentially doubling the all around me are familiar faces you can have.
Yeah, twice as many abilities, twice as many chances to miss, unfortunately. Let's hope that's not the case.
Yes. I hope that is not the case for Raichu's sake. Kai off to an early death, but his team does get the barrier. Let's see if Zentaro can keep up a little bit of a... never mind.
Double barrier.
Kai coming up at just the right moment.
Asher was in the right spot, but Dubu was just barely able to clear it out there. A lot of ults happening in that top side, just trying to get the ball to go one way or the other.
Oh,
Ooh, and they sneak it back down to that bottom angle.
the unfortunate, I believe that was one of those cases where the Dubu log, its wind-up time, was what led to the ball getting past you. Sometimes that log wind-up can feel like an eternity.
Almost the double. Some great passing coming out from GCU. Ball's finally on. Oh, the Dubu strike shot getting the barrier. Dubu does have burst now. So it looks like UNC's opening to get a goal here.
Yes, it is.
Taro's just been barely out of position to hit those dashes. I think just a little bit more, planning and communication. I think that it would kind of seal the deal there. I think they'd have a lot more goals here.
Great job by the Atlas to stop that burst in its tracks.
Clears it out, but the Era is just right there to clear it in. That ult, that was a questionable ult.
I say a strike would have put that one in for sure.
I think so too. That was almost, they almost threw away their goal right there. But thankfully, Kai, the letter B, just right there to follow up with the barrage to get it in. First barrier down. Really keeping that pressure up.
Ooh, good Giga Blast
coming out.
The Dubu has been able to hold on to their burst, which has been a lifesaver. They've made some very close digs out of that barrier zone.
Yep.
And just like that, Commenter's Curse, he has to use it.
I mean, it was a safe ult right there. Worked out.
For sure.
Another Giga Blast securing the barrier.
Zentaro with a lane.
Ooh, Kai's getting real low. They do have burst though. Oh, sneaks it right in between all of them. What a good shot.
Might as well hook that core up to a tank of nitrous.
It is going so fast. Very offensive Atlas plays coming out.
The core was going so fast it would have Finn Diesel would have called it family.
First barrier coming out from both teams. Good duel, locking off that lane, keeping it on their side. Missed the strike. Fortunately, that is going to lose them a lot of their momentum.
But Kai with the speed burst coming in to put that back, pressure back up.
Expands coming out, blocking off that entire barrier. Barrage and Strike secure the last one. This could be 2-2.
Could be. Good logs coming out from Dubu here.
Great ability usage coming out from the Atlas. Just really denying any fancy stuff that Kai is trying to do to get that ball in the goal. Dubu coming out, working it back up. But Era is just out in the open again. They're able to get that pass down. That... I don't think there's a more tense moment as a goalie than when the ball's just floating in front of an open goal. Both goals open now. Dubu does have burst though. More great ball control coming out of the Kai, working it up the field. Carl's really got to watch out here. They're low and two people have burst. Unfortunate burst use from the Dubu.
Great burst from the Kai. Taro up top with burst if they can get it to him. Oh!
Missed roll. Very close.
What?
Still 2-2.
Still 2-2. I thought that was match point. I was so enthralled with the gameplay that I did not check the score.
Someone's really got to cover that Era. They are just letting the Atlas just get those free clears up to the Era, which just gets it out of any danger on your side. Both barriers down for UNC. This might look like a Game 1 win. Yep, just straight back down to that Era again. Kai Barrage takes the barrier. Dubu keeping it on GCU side of the field. The Dubu coming out, shutting down a lot of options, getting it up to that Zentaro with burst. Just put it out, but there's just too much block in that path. We'll send it right down to the Era with burst. Good barrage, denying that burst. Oh, just barely works it through. Oh, but just doesn't quite get the roll angle. Sends it through. Game 1, going to GCU Steves. Honestly, those last two sets, very close.
Beautiful fight coming out from the fight coming from the Steves team. But so we had a rally. We definitely had a rally from UNC Chapel Hill. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that up in the next match, and if any bans or character selections happen.
Hmm. I definitely like some issues that I was definitely seeing from UNC's side is that, same one, I've stated it many times, but they're just letting their midfielder be open for that vertical pass top. It is.
That one right there was, I think, the best instance of positioning that we saw out of UNC.
That right there was also.
Yes. Those funny night market angles.
That was just a regular strike that's in red. I did not see that. All right. Well, honestly, pretty good game one. I get the feeling that UNC might be warming up. GCU came out strong, very strong showing, very good positioning, passing, scoring. They kind of had a lot of that on lock. First little bit from UNC wasn't looking too good for them, but they showed in those last two sets that they can put up a fight.
Yes.
They can keep this game going.
Yes, they can. And if they can continue to keep this game going, we might get to see a Demon Deus.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like I want to see the game 3, but I don't want to see Demon Deus.
Game 3,
But
good feels. Demon Deus, bad
good.
feels.
Yeah. But looks like the next map, if I remember correctly, was Amy's app, which I don't remember seeing anyone really playing Rasmus when I looked at the characters. But I do wonder if anyone's gonna maybe risk it, just take the chance. I could see maybe GCU doing it. They already had one game. Why not try something that could potentially work out, but that's not the safest option.
It certainly is not, especially if you have not practiced with that character.
I kind of have a feeling a lot of very similar characters we're going to see the second round. I could very much see maybe an Asher ban coming out from UNC because that was a very big problem. Maybe an Era ban, but I don't know if that'd be as impactful.
We may, and then from GCU's point of view, we may see a Kai ban.
Could be. Honestly, I could see that, or I could just see them keeping it the same. It worked last game, could work again.
Certainly.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True.
We'll just have to see, what the bans come out. Because generally, like with the banning, there's a couple kind of schools of thought that I kind of see people go for. You can either try and lock down the weakest link, banning the characters that they're comfortable on, or trying to shut down the strongest player. And they kind of both have their pros and cons. I'm more lean towards trying to shut down the best player. So we'll kind of see if either of them kind of change up the strategy for their bans that they're going for. Because, because kind of the way that I think about it is, you lock down the weakest player, not much changes depending on how much the other player carries. You lock down but it's harder to lock down the stronger player because they might have more characters in their arsenal. They might be more flexible.
Yes.
So it's kind of a case by case basis. You got to run it by 4 character bans, which is why I strongly believe you should research your opponent's teams very heavily before each match and really develop that kind of game plan heading into the match.
Yes. I know this is the CCL, but for all the college football fans out there, you got to do that on your weekly matchup. You can't just go in blind because you're going to get shredded.
Yep. It's like the saying goes, knowing is half the battle.
Yes. Executing, that's the other half.
Yep. Often the more tricky part to effectively do. But you shouldn't neglect the easier part either. But yeah, and again, quick little plug again. check out the CCL store. Pick up a cool Ember Monarchs jersey. We also have a Frostfire one available for purchase. They're great. They're lightweight, breathable. I love them. And tons of other merch, school supplies, hats, tons of things.
Last I did see in the merch store, there were also some pretty cool posters.
I'm not sure if we have those currently, but
please ignore what I said then.
Yeah, that was the Texas land stuff, I think.
Ah, that is my bad. Ooh,
Right, Rasmus Band coming out.
Not shocking.
Yep, very standard.
Personally, whenever I'm solo queuing, the only time I don't ban Asher on this map is if a teammate's hovering it.
Yeah, it's like, if we're first pick and someone's hovering Rasmus, I'm all for skipping it if they can secure that pick. But otherwise, just to play it safe. Because I've had too many just random teammates not watch that pit, and it does not go well.
And they get swallowed whole.
Very... Hey, the comps actually changed up a little bit here. We got Asher on the other side this time. Blingo's still on the Era. Instead of Dubu, we got Atlas. Instead of Kai, we got Drakkar, which I'm a fan of.
Yes.
I play a lot of Drakkar.
You do, and it is always fun to watch you play Drakkar.
Drakkar, I think, underrated character. I think this game, if the X can really pick up some kills, that's really going to help them in this game. Because if any of the maps do it on, it's definitely this one. A lot of pressure on UNC right now.
Yeah. They got Strike War Corner.
Era Tornado, unfortunately sending someone right into the pit. Sneaks it in through the bottom yet again. They have hit so many of those angles tonight.
Yes, they have.
Either UNC needs to stop them from getting in that position or just start covering that angle. Undercar shotgun coming out, keeping it on their side, slowing down the X, trying to work it up to full sawfish so they can try and get that barrier.
Yes, if there's one thing Kazan is good at, it is getting barriers.
He can really mix up goalies with that hook.
Yeah, they have done it to me many a times.
Derby has really got to start watching these edges. Oh, Sawfish almost getting it in there. First coming out from Asher. They're right to him. Hook coming out. Not quite enough.
Good dive from the Asher to prevent that barrier.
Overall, good passing coming around from UNC, able to just keep working it back up the field.
Much better positioning and passing this start for UNC.
Car shotgun almost sent it in. Now, kind of being a rally. So Sawfish a little bit out of position there, not able to follow up on the ball getting sent down. It's dangerous for Sawfish here. First coming out from Blingo. X almost securing the barrier. Car winning the strike war, sending it right back. Able to get that orb. Sawfish might live to see another day.
And
now Era's in danger.
But the Atlas ult does come out to give some protection.
Up on that top side, and the Tornado just carries it in. Picks it up, puts it in a little handbag, and just struts it way into the goal.
Just like it's a little chihuahua.
Yeah. Those are always the most satisfying kind of goals to get on Era.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Tornadoes have been on point.
They have been very good. They've been in such a way that are just awkward to try to work around. From a movement and a passing standpoint.
Barrier down for GCU. The defensive burst coming out from Drakkar, I think kind of just to try and get that X off of him. He is looking a little low. Drakar ult during the goal right after the Atlas strikes.
Good time. That was either insane luck or very good timing. And I'd like to err on the side of good timing.
I always like to think whenever stuff like that happens, I like to believe it was intentional. That, you know, I think it probably is.
Yeah.
But,
I would agree.
He has been really followed to that top lane kind of this whole game.
UNC needs to spread out again.
Sometimes collapsing on the ball like that works, but honestly, it just hasn't been for them. It leaves the lane open and it gets past them almost every time. Being able to work it back up the field. Atlas really pushing forward, cutting off that bottom lane. Tornado getting another barrier. Asher trying to burst.
Burst slightly too early. And then set one goes to GNC. I knew I was going to do that at least once tonight.
Combine the names a little
bit,
but it's fine.
Well, because I'm also trying to avoid saying GMC, because unfortunately we are not sponsored by the GMC Sierra.
Honestly, a lot of this game, it's kind of looked like X is the midfield and Arrow's the forward, with how a lot of these goals have been going.
Yes.
Fight or flight. Honestly, I love that Awakening Undercar. It did just get nerfed, though. 1-2 on Kazan. You could maybe see some more kills coming out.
Definitely getting
on Eggs.
Some KOs would strengthen their position. Good Kazan ability to get that barrier. The Drakar shotgun blast seem to be on point right now.
Very strong tool for ball control. Getting it past. A really good tornado coming out. Yeah, he does pick up a kill. He could be able to really put some pressure on him. Unfortunate burst coming out from Atlas. They thought the ball might get through there, but it just quite didn't. Oh. Once again, just really got to watch that pit. Burst coming out from Raichu, just sending it into that top corner.
Seeing and having some faith that they were going to be able to put that where they needed to go there, but great goal for them.
Really great shot. Turning a very disadvantageous situation into just the next round. Very aggressive play from the Atlas, really helping keep the ball up there. Looking dangerous for UNC, but they get it out to that bottom path. Car shotgun's really doing work here, keeping that ball going back to UNC's side. Their Era Tornado, not quite as impactful, but still a good one.
Good.
Kazan, unfortunately, not quite able to secure that goal. Kazan almost getting it.
We are now officially into overtime. We're going to see that ball enter its red state.
Air with the burst.
Beautiful ult by Drakar.
That would have been dangerous. Good burst from Raichu. And another goalie goal from across the court.
Yes, Asher taking a well-deserved break there, sitting on their shields.
Yeah. Back-to-back burst, cross-court, goalie goals. Just, that's kind of crazy. Raichu really putting in a lot of work this game.
Yes. Based on what we're seeing, it looks like Asher may be their more comfortable character.
they get the timing right, but I think it was the tornado that just barely bumped it back and the barrier. Good barrier beam from Asher. X looking to get the barrier. They're able to get it around him.
Two very good dashes from Kazan and Asher.
Are really using that speed from fight or flight to really dribble that ball around. Anyway, X is just in the perfect position, trying to pass it back up to the era. Trickle actually had a little bit of lag there again. Seems to all good as now. Sure, down a dash. Ooh,
Beautiful
good
strike
shot. Barely saving it, hitting that top angle. Good burst coming out from Atlas, preventing that barrier from going down. Great shotgun, getting it right past them again. Goal is now open. This could be a set for UNC.
Are we going to see a third goalie goal?
That would be amazing to see. Great burst coming out. Just barely stopping that from going in. It was that same angle they've been plagued by this whole set.
Yes.
Finally put a stop to it.
Great catch. Oh, Drakkar misses the core flip.
Keeping it in, and the X just sends it right back.
X doing X things.
Shotgun the X right into that pit. Strike shot coming out, trying to keep it out there. Pressure from the Drakkar is just really making it hard for them to get it out of there.
This is where playing a good Drakkar can be just so oppressive.
Mm-hmm. Good ult coming out from Asher.
Drakkar getting a second
Another
kill.
Drakkar kill.
This time on the era. That's going to be huge.
Core burst coming out. Can just pass it. Could have just passed it down to Drakkar there. I think they had a clear shot on the goal there.
Oh, the era tornado carrying Drakkar back to his home world.
Good burst.
Oh, the goalie.
Another goalie goal.
Another goalie goal.
All three in this set.
Can that be called commentator's curse? Because I did ask about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Very good shots coming out from Raichu. I think, if that keeps happening and the Drakkar can just keep getting those kills, and I think if the Kazan can just get a little bit better with their positioning, I think they can turn this game back around in their favor, keep this forward momentum going.
I agree.
Asher denied Monumentalist from the era, which I think is a very good pick with how devastating those tornadoes have been this game.
Yes, that's a very good strategy, especially based on what we saw from the last game.
They're going to play right there. Good catch. Able to work it back out, denying them from getting the barrier. Up to the Kazan. They're just a little too fast. They're just kind of everywhere in that top lane. They're able to just keep it going, and the burst secures the barrier, keeping it on their side as well.
Ooh, the umbrella just misses.
That was almost a dangerous tornado.
Almost.
Asher does have burst, though, so they are looking pretty safe right here. Not if they died there. That was close. It might have just been over if Asher died there. A really good tornado, just kind of keeping that ball up on their side.
Another dying with a full burst. Another one of those moments of all around me are familiar faces.
It sucks for everyone. Good burst coming from the Asher, able to deny the burst, get it on their side, and the barrier. Can they follow it up with a goal?
Drakkar getting the kill.
Or gets the kill on the burst, putting them into a striker advantage. Just need to get it up back to him when he's close to the goal. Burst comes out, and it goes in.
Beautiful timing from the Drakkar. The patience necessary to hit a shot like that in front of a goalie like Atlas, who has those tools to stop, is huge.
It was a very good bait to get them to use that ability. Because like once they use it, ball's going in.
Yeah.
They can't do anything about it.
Very much looked at him and said, I dare you. I double dog dare you to throw an ability.
Already barrier down from GCU. Great work. Oh, I should have stayed quiet. It was great work from Asher and Drakkar to really keep that ball in the barrier.
Ooh, Aero Tornado doing Aero Tornado things.
Once again,
no longer
near
in
that
Kansas.
ledge. Just gotta really be careful with playing near that ledge. Asher cutting off that entire barrier, sending it down. Atlas ability barely cutting off the Kazan.
Ooh,
Their burst.
tried to get their angle.
Carson in the ball into the red. Their Tornado sending it back to their side. Pearl keeping it on their side. Gotta keep it away from that era.
Oh,
They're able
dangerous.
to catch it with that. Into the red. Ooh, they miss follow up.
No, no.
Oh,
Did we see some? Was there some lag there from Galaxia?
I think Galaxia lagged a little bit there. That was unfortunate. They've been having a little bit of lag this game. You always hate to see it because, like, if it weren't for the lag, they saved that every time.
Yeah. Ooh, Tornado
But-
just missing the edge. Beautiful dig.
Good stuff from the Asher, preventing the Axis burst. Not able to sneak it past all of them. Get to that barrier.
The reversals we've seen where you just can't believe that GCU doesn't get a goal or doesn't get a barrier, and then all of a sudden you see the barrier on their end get go away has been insane.
It's been kind of back and forth in that regard. Right, one team is like about to get the barrier, and then if they don't get it, they lose theirs. Sneaky arrow coming in to secure that. Car coming in, almost getting set up for that shotgun to confirm the goal. Trying to send it down, but hits it off the center. Some good passing.
Ooh, good.
Oh, and the Kazan pop out. Sending it in 2-1 UNC. Good. We might be seeing a game 3 here, folks.
We might be seeing a game 3 if this is any indication. Still a set to go for NC Chapel. 2 to go for GCU.
Knife's edge for Drakkar. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest, with how much they've been getting caught out at the ledge and dying. But maybe the speed will help them get out of danger. Who knows?
Maybe. Based on the takedowns they were getting in the previous round, I saw it, and now I don't remember what the name of it was. The awakening that would give you speed for takedowns.
Oh, yeah, Adrenaline Rush.
Yes, Adrenaline Rush. Thank you.
They're going down for GCU already. Really seems like UNC has really turned the tempo in their favor. They have really started to show up. Sorry for Caster's Curse again. Now it's open barrier for both teams here. Fortunately, passing it back up to the air, trying to clear it up, but they had burst, able to just deny it, send it back into that bottom corner. That same angle that has been getting them throughout this entire game. Was really pushing up there with that expanse. Fortunately, the car shotgun gets it through, but it does not hit the
not
barrier.
touch the barrier.
I've had that happen to me far too many times where, you know, I shotgun it past somebody, and then it just goes behind me. It's so sad every time. Almost got the barrier. Kazan was in the right place at the right time. I think they just mistimed their strike a little bit. Great, shield bash, whatever it's called. Barrier. Whenever I'm casting, I forget what everything's called.
I feel that. I feel that in my bones.
The Azures had some really great barrier beams to just really kind of hold that ball where it is and get it out. But Era pushing back up, they do have burst, able to get it away from that side. It's in the red now, it's going fast. Era sends the burst out. Not a whole lot comes out of it. Unfortunately, neither how much came from that burst either. Lucky barrier for UNC goes down. Really go anyone. Their burst coming out. And it's another goalie
goal.
They have these burst shots on lock. That is 4 times this game. Sometimes when your forwards just can't get the ball in, sometimes as a goalie you just gotta do it yourself.
Yeah, it's just like I believe I do not know which movie series it is from. But there is a main character that is just essentially fine. I'll do it myself.
First coming out from X. A very scary position for the ball to be in, but UNC is also down a person. They have a lot of room here to be aggressive.
Ooh.
Up to great passing from GCU.
Yes.
Leaving it up to the Era, then down in between Asher and Drakkar, straight into that bottom corner once again.
Hey, we're seeing some fight out of GCU once again. Just goes to show you that in the CCL, things are never black and white.
There it is. 2-2, last set. Kind of what I was expecting going into this match. I was hoping to see, set 5s, because I just had a feeling that these teams would be able to take it there, and it does. They took it there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, this is match point for GCU if they're able to just clutch up and get this last set. But if UNC is able to lock in and just get one more set, they're able to take it to a game 3, keep the game going, and keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
Coming out. This prop on Drakkar.
Something we have not mentioned, or at least I do not believe, is that we have both teams are at 1 and 2, trying to improve their standing to a dead even 500 win rate.
The also prop on Drakkar could potentially be bad for them, because the Drakkar shotgun has been denying them a lot of angles. It's been getting it past them quite a bit this game. Now he's just got even more range to do so. They're just in the right position again, able to secure that barrier, keep the offense up. Dash coming out from X, almost getting it in. Down to the bottom corner with the bell ringer.
You spend...
Just great offense coming out from the X. And they've still even got burst heading into this next set. Very offensive. Kazan dying in the center barrier. Was using the burst. 2 bursts coming out, getting both barriers down. It's now anybody's point if they can stall for long enough to get Kazan back up.
Drakkar does come in with burst.
Got 2 bursts going.
Never mind that Drakkar burst is
They
gone.
got 1 burst. Right down to the X, and they send it back to that bottom corner.
Yeah.
They're going to be having nightmares about that corner, dude.
Yeah. X really said, thank you, return to sender.
Right, this is potentially game point for GCU here to finish the game out 2-0. If UNC can pull this back. First 3-0 here, take it to game 3. Salas has gotten a lot more aggressive as the game has gone on. Really grouped up there, getting that barrier, sending it up to the Kazan. Unfortunate Atlas barrier, getting that barrier. Again, Kazan getting shredded. GCU has been really good about just dealing a lot of damage throughout this entire game. Noah's burst coming out. They're able to get it to the Kazan, and the pop-out secures it.
Kazan is one of those characters that you think you've got them pinned down and that you're going to win, and all of a sudden they do something quirky, and you're like, wait a second.
No, that's what I want to see more out of UNC. If they can keep, having the letter B in that more traditional midfield position, have the Kazan looking for those kind of passes, I think they will be able to get a lot more.
Oh, a beautiful angle from Drakar.
Pulling it back from the brink. 0-2 to 2-2 now. Set 5.5, game 2. It's coming down to the wire for UNC here.
Drakar goes down.
Tornadoes have just been devastating.
Good job on the Asher to clear to the open space. Drakar back up, getting shrunk by the arrow.
Very good positioning right there, exactly when he needed to be. Very convenient respawn timer.
I'm very shocked that they did not get that barrier.
That looked like it hit to me, but the game disagrees. Arrow barrier went out. Good elusive. Really got to watch out for those tornadoes. Asher, both goalies actually have burst.
Yes. I think what'll happen, it'll be whoever can use theirs at the last moment. Because you see the Asher flipping. Barrier finally gets taken.
This could be it for UNC. They are looking pretty good right now.
They're very close. They can smell it.
Gotta work it back up that field. I think it would be really cool to see another goalie goal coming out from Raichu to seal the game.
It would only be right. But with the Drakar shotgun blast to finish it. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, we're going to a game 3.
That one was close. That last goal right there, that was a missile prop difference.
It really was.
He did not have just that little bit more of range. That shotgun would not have hit, and it would not have gone in.
Looking at some stats from that game, for those interested, Asher had 203 saves, 4 goals, and 1 assist.
305 redirects as well coming out from the Asher. 307 coming out from Blingo. Sweet. These stats are kind of insane, but I do think it's safe to say Raichu was popping off that game. They were not letting that ball get through. They're redirecting like crazy.
Absolutely insane plays from the Raichu. You gotta wonder for GCU, are they going to ban that character going into Demon Deus?
I really don't know, if Asher's good on that map. But anyways, here are the replays.
So enjoy these. There will be some good ones here.
We're gonna see several of those cross-court shots there. Just beautiful angles all around.
Those The goals that you get hit off that corner like that never feel fair for you. You always
Yep.
think, man, that never hit. That angle never hits when I hit it there.
Yep. It's hype when you hit it, but it's dumb when it happens to you.
Exactly.
His final goal. Missile prop coming in clutch. But honestly, another great game, another great round.
I couldn't agree more. You said it right away. You were hoping this game went to a game 3. Here we are. What are we thinking?
I mean, Demon Deus is just a really weird map. I've personally found success doing like more brawler focused comps since the map feels a lot more claustrophobic than other maps. But I could definitely see the Era X combo coming out again for GCU. Because Era X is just kind of, it's a classic team comp combo. You get the move speed for the X, you make the X bigger, he hits harder, he kills more.
Yes.
But,
Okay, we're gonna be getting right back into this one here very quick, folks.
Right. Not much time to yap. We're just jumping right back into it.
Thank goodness, because I am not a professional yapper.
Another rune ban.
Oh, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if how that plays out.
Banning the Era, I think that's good for this map. Rune ban, I also think, is a pretty good ban. It can be pretty tricky. GCU this time taking the Asher. Holy now. You're gonna see it. Vice goalie. Okay. I'm always down for some vice goalie.
Vice goalie can certainly be fun. I've definitely seen people laughed at for self goals though.
But kind of one of, a very powerful part of vice goalie is able to come forwards with the teleport and essentially have 3 forwards for a short duration.
Yes, for a short duration. And we will see that. Actually, we won't see that because they take strike shot.
This is a forward Atlas. When I looked at the stats, I saw that they were playing forward Atlas, but I didn't think I'd see it in the tournament.
Definitely not.
I've seen it a couple times online. It varies wildly on how good it can be. It's a very unconventional pick. If they've been practicing it, it could certainly work on this map. Ooh, unfortunate bounce from Galaxia, taking one of their own barriers. Bring it back up the field. Get that top side.
Good ult from the
coming out,
Dubu.
taking the last barrier. And they're trying to cut off a lot of space right there. Really tight bounce. Vice ult coming out, sending it, just going all over the field. They do have burst, they're going to send it out straight back to Dubu. And the Dubu still has burst. They got 2 bursts going. We missed the burst.
Just out of range of that. And Dubu has died on the field.
He did. That killed him. It's understandable.
Yeah.
It was just like that was so close to catching the ball. Now the goalie doesn't have burst, and their forward still. Oh, never mind. Her winning the strike war, taking that barrier, Asher covering where the Vice isn't, keeping the barrier alive. Atlas staggered.
Oh!
Don't know why they were kind of standing still.
Yeah, standing still makes you an easy target.
It does. Ooh, double KO coming out from GCU. It is just right you on the field. Oh. If they want to score, I feel like they've got to do it now. But unfortunately, Vice ult locking her into position, causing that barrier to go down. Gonna back up the field.
Sometimes it is better to just let that ult go and not hit the core. Ooh, the dash in from the Amy. You gotta
Great pounce.
Great pounce. You gotta be on top of her cooldowns. She's another one of those characters where you think, oh, I've got a clear lane, and then all of a sudden she's there.
One of those things where the ball can go from looking safe to in your goal in a fraction of a second. Cool, securing the second barrier. Almost a goal right, and it is.
Beautiful strike shot from the dude. That killed him for a second, but now he's dancing. We're fine. Oh, it killed him again.
So far, it does not seem like the Vice goalie is working out too well in GCU's favor.
Dubu roll stopped in an unfortunate spot.
Ooh,
not
that
quite
was
sure
once
what
again
the,
dangerous.
Yeah, not quite sure what the play was there, just standing.
Yeah, I'm very confused by that.
I don't know if we're maybe seeing some internet connectivity issues like Galaxia was facing, but
Maybe it's intentional. We're just not big brain enough to grasp it.
Very, very possible.
Get in GCU securing set 1.
Yep.
Heading into the drafts, there's some pretty good picks for a few characters here. Obviously, the Zentaro very much wants the explosive entrance, but
being that far down the pick order, he's not going to get it, as we see
really
here.
Gonna be able to get it. Primetime Dubu, more logs, more defense. Big Fish Asher, that could be an issue, especially on this map.
That could be a very big issue.
The size is something that Asher can utilize very well with the barrier beam, dashes, and general strikes. And just make it a pain to get it past her. Already securing both barriers on the side. Barrier down.
There's Amy's pounce coming in again.
A really good pounce goal coming out from Amy. Lingo just, they've been in the right position a lot this game. Just able to really line up those confirms.
I have personally primarily played Dubu and Kai as goalie on this map, and neither are fun. And I think that's simply because of the map.
Yeah, it did very well could be. One barrier going down from GCU.
Good log coming out from the Dubu.
Pretty good barrier. That could be the... Yep, that Dubu ult really just secured the barrier going down.
Yep.
GCU is just struggling to get this ball out of there.
Zentaro doing a very good job of staying out of harm's reach until now. Atomic is cursed. Sorry about that, buddy.
Burst coming out from Amy, sneaking it past, hits the burst. Was really pushing up. This time's the burst, but times the strike to send it in.
Your enemy can't know what you're doing if you don't know what you're doing, but I don't think that's the case here.
You had 2 chances to time it right, and all you gotta do is hit the timing right on.
Hey, it's a 50-50, right? Either you hit it right or you don't.
Another good duel, cutting off that ankle.
Atlas standing. He might have been trapped by the Dubu ult. I'm not sure.
It kind of looked like the Asher ult killed him first hit. That was just weird to see. But Centauro also going down now. Kills already. Up, almost securing the barrier down for GCU. But that was securing the barrier for UNC. Ooh, that was the doobie lock. That was like the little sound waves back there. It pushed the ball, I think, back into the doobie lock, which immediately sent it down into the goal.
Yeah, you know, we talk about on maps like they can give you some funky angles if you use them right.
That is one thing I'll give this map. You can do some pretty fun passes with the little sides.
Yes.
Burst coming out, just barely missing the barrier, but the follow-up does get it. Barrier down for GCU. With the burst, can they hit the cross-court goal?
They cannot.
Definitely not. Plus, trying to get it up to Zemparo. Both barriers down now. Earl almost hitting the dash.
Ventaro's
Earl
got.
does have burst. Being bullied by this Asher.
I think
they lagged again.
that is another instance of lag coming from Galaxia that leads to a goal, and it also leads to a set confirm for UNC Chapel.
I hate to see it. I don't know what's causing it, but I hope, last one for this set. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't want to see any more lag.
No, you never want to see that happening.
It is rough. Atlas does get the twin drive, but it's not Atlas goalie.
It's Atlas forward.
I do still think that this could be an issue. Having more expanses. I think it's one of the highest cooldowns.
Yes.
Going down, just kind of letting the ball stall up here. They do get one
they
barrier.
Get both
they get
barriers.
Both. Starting one with another pounce.
Oh, good passes. Very good passes.
Honestly, I think the Vice stop kind of messed them up a little bit there. Because I think if the Atlas ability actually hit the ball there, they would have been able to save it. But because it kind of got stopped, didn't hit the barrier, it allowed them to walk up and just send it down.
Oh, good belly throw out from the Dubu. But they do
stall.
sneak out of there with a barrier.
Vice had her teleport up there, so it was kind of dangerous to put it up there, so I think it's good that he stalled. Sending it down again.
I think we got to talk about that bottom corner because that was the Achilles heel of NCU when they were on blue side last time.
It was the bane of UNC, but they have since weaponized it for their own gain.
Oh, another good belly flop.
Really good, just barely stopped. A lot of bursts on the bot could happen.
UNC has 3 of them. Say they could have one for each barrier and a goal. But they show they don't need it.
Almost secured that kill with Atlas in the Asher, but a very good ult from the Vice, able to cover that angle.
What a good
going in.
Good burst by the Dubu.
Then set 2 to UNC. This Atlas forward is actually putting in some work. It's definitely.
Would it be safe to say it's starting to cook?
I don't know if I want to go that far with that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But it certainly is working. getting more dash range. Those dashes have been devastating for UNC.
They have.
Now they've got a lot more range to worry about.
Yup. If you're paying enough attention, the nice thing about Amy's pounce is that it does give a telltale of where it's going to be.
But it's super brief.
It's very
It's
brief,
quick.
and it's frustrating. Especially when, again, you think you have a clear lane to pass, and then as you're clicking to pass, you see it pop up, and you're like, oh no, not like this. And it's like, yes, like this.
Let's go coming out. One barrier down for both sides. Entire barrier down on GCU's side. UNC could make a goal here. Burst coming out from Amy. Doesn't quite get the barrier.
They're getting very unlucky with how these barriers are, how these bounces are going, and just safely.
Slightly off.
Yeah.
Good follow-up. But even better clear coming out from the Vice. Vice does have burst. It's going to be a little bit harder to get it past them. It's going to give the forwards for GCU just a little bit more time to try and get that barrier. And also coming out healing both of them. They're both quite low.
Ooh.
And he's securing that second barrier. Vice still has burst.
And there
Strike
it
shot
is.
coming out.
Oh,
There's
the
the
strike
burst.
shot.
Ooh, that was scary. That was very scary.
Ooh. A
Unfortunate
Vice
angle.
own goal happening. Hate to see it, but it's the name of the game when you're a gunslinger like Vice.
Almost the sickest save of all time if it hit that vertical bounce, but unfortunately just
It can go from we're so back to it's so over very quickly.
both barriers down. UNC here. One barrier down for GCU. Zentaro doing the burst. Can't quite get it past. I was trying to sneak it through here. Gets his burst from it.
Oh, a little backwards hit.
With control keeping it away from the Amy. Bursting it out. But I think it was the Vice that denied that.
You are right.
Ooh.
There goes the Zentaro.
Asher's own dash punch.
Yeah, very similar to the Juliet dash punch. Or, yeah, dash punch.
Yeah, I mean, that's the original.
Yeah.
Good ult from Vice, waiting to time it right so that it bounces out.
Vice getting core flip again. Beautiful strike
Ooh.
shot.
Great
That was
strike.
insane.
Oh, missed the roll, but it's okay. It's animation for the log stopped them from doing any other action.
Hindsight being 2020, that is a good spot to burst, in my opinion.
I see a lot of duos just always wanting to try and get those logs out, but sometimes you just gotta hold it. Gotta go win another option is gonna be big. Just using the expanse to just block that off. Their unfortunate burst just bouncing around the goal. That was taking both barriers. Their strike shot, keeping it on their side.
Dubu, something to point, Dubu does have Timeless Creator, which allows those tofu pellets to be active for a little bit longer.
Something that is definitely good, where you can lock down an entire section of the map.
Yes.
Good roll coming out from Dubu, getting it past the Amy just barely.
And I think those sound waves that we mentioned earlier had a little bit to do with that.
Ooh, the burst coming out from the Atlas, securing it. This is a game point potentially for UNC. I think if they do, that would close out the game 1-2. It's honestly quite the turnaround from the very dominant game one
Yes.
that
What
GCU had.
we saw there out of GCU in game one, it definitely looked like it was going to be look like quick ones, but like I said earlier, nothing is ever black and white in the CCL. And the
goalie goal again, right?
Goalie
Just stepping it up, getting it in, securing the win for UNC Chapel Hill. Closing it out, game 3.
After Raichu's performance in game 2 to get those 4 goalie goals, I think that's a very fitting way to end this match.
Yep. Raichu definitely turned it around with those cross-court burst shots. Game 2, then it ends on it. That's just poetry.
Yes.
It was, I hate to see that, a little bit of lag on Galaxia's side. Very unfortunate. Definitely caused a few goals to go in that wouldn't have otherwise. But I think, overall, everyone, they played pretty well. So here are the replays. Honestly, good game to both teams. I think they both played very well. It was very close. That game 2 was very tense. Came down to 2-2, 2-2.
Yes.
Very close. Very well fought from both ends, but unfortunately, I do think GCU was sabotaged a little bit by the lag.
Most certainly.
But, I don't want that to excuse the performance. UNC still played well. They weren't just it wasn't just free because they were having technical difficulties.
No.
They still worked for it.
That was by no means the Amy emote or free for either team. It was well fought on both ends. Couldn't have been a better game for us to cast. Going right down to the wire. Love to see it. CCL's full of a ton of good players. And these teams just got to keep rolling. Let the loss roll off their back, regroup, analyze, refit, rearm, and revenge.
Yep. And one good thing with being on stream is that you don't have to record. You have a VOD of your game. So you can go back and review it. You can learn from your mistakes, and you can come back week 5 even stronger.
Exactly.
Which I want to see GCU keep going. Very good on UNC. Congrats on winning the match. You guys worked hard for it. NC represent. But that's kind of my thoughts on it. Great game. Great to watch. Hard fought on all sides. Once again, go buy the merch.
Yeah, check out the CCL store. They've got good merch.
Helps out the CCL. But anyways, I think that's it for us.
That will be it for us. Stick around for the next game between TTU Red and University of Tulsa Hurricanes.
Yep. GG's to everyone who played. Good luck to those in the next. And we will see you guys after a short intermission.